What is going on, guys? We are back in another DSP video. My god, we had quite the day today in DSP verse. A lot of memorable moments which we will share together here. One of the funnier moments is that DSP just now found out about pause recording in OBS. That is right, over 10 years as a streamer on YouTube and Twitch, and he just now finds out about recording pause in OBS. This guy is an idiot. So we start out with kinda sav. DSP just learned about the pause recording button on OBS thanks to a Dent tip message. This is something new, he says, regarding a feature that has literally always been there and literally right beside the stop start buttons he uses daily. And we have this from Meow Blocked. Here is DSP learning about basic feature of OBS and testing it out. He's been doing this for over 15 years.
Consider using OBS's built-in pause recording feature. Give yourself or Khat a break whenever needed without having to fully stop a recording. This can be found next to the stop recording button. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. Is that it? That must be it. Pause recording. Okay, this is something new. Once paused, the pause button turns blue, and the bottom of your OBS window will indicate that the recording has been paused. Once you come back from a quick break, you can press it again and resume as normal. On the recorded video, it will seem like a normal video cut. Jumping from when you pause to unpause? Really? No shit. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Everyone watching on demand, you're the ones who are the test case for this. Everyone here live on the stream won't see it. But we're gonna try this right now. Okay, ready? Watch this. You ready? This is gonna be funny. Alright. I'm going to test it right now. We're going to click this pause recording button. And when I come back, we'll see if it worked. Ready? And... okay, so I clicked it. And it says, recording is paused. I've never tried this before. Are you ready? I'm going to scare the shit out of the people on demand. You ready for this? This is going to be funny as hell. Ready? Watch this. Okay. Ready? Okay, did it work? Did it work? Is it working? Did it work? So hopefully I didn't scare the crap out of those on demand. But I wanted to test.
Can you imagine if your friend sends you a video like that and just at that moment of DSP's face on there, that person is not your friend anymore. Your first instinct is probably, what the hell? Burn it with fire. And then I pointed this out. DSP will use the pause recording for on-demand videos, but won't use the mute button when he burps or snorts. Then we have this from Poe's Future talking about Final Fantasy VII and how it's bombing and not doing very well. Because remember, the first week he was supposed to play it 17 hours in the week, and then all of a sudden it was once a week, and Baldur's Gate 3 came back. FF7 Rebirth is now a bad game because his audience pointed out the way the game is structured is the same in every zone. Reminder, he had no problems with this and even said he was fine with it being that way until the game wasn't a draw anymore. This is what he does. He uses his audience for whatever narrative he needs to push out. If this game was working and had support, this wouldn't even be an issue for him, but here we are. Now, we have to start laying the foundations to quit the game if it has to come to it. And then DSP decided to open up the suggestion box. Man, oh man. What came after this was absolutely insane. So we have Gout here. This is the suggestion in the suggestion box item that caused DSP to go off on chat. Yeah, he started banning people and calling people sock accounts, but we'll get into that. Hi Phil, my suggestion is in regards to your co-op with Khat recently. So I'm asking you to be open to change rather than rejecting this outright because it doesn't fit your view of how it should be. Your streams with Khat are meant to be a co-op experience where you two are having fun together. Having Khat play the game while you watch chat is not fun. Not for you two, and certainly not for anyone watching. We want you two to laugh and talk and enjoy being together, rather than Khat grinding through a game mode she's already beaten and you screening what questions are asked. You should both be active in playing and in talking. Khat should not be turned away from the microphone. You should not be fielding the questions, especially for her. The interest in these streams is Khat, and what she brings is different from a normal stream. If she's going to just play the game and focus on progress, there's no use of her being there. If she's going to say nothing or be in a bad mood, No use in her being there. I understand that you want her to be actively interested in playing the game, but she shouldn't be so interested in it that she's not participating in the social part of the stream. My suggestion is to change the mindset about what a co-op stream with her should look like. Instead of looking for a game that you both super interested in, look for something that is light and fun to play that will spur conversation between you two and should not require a lot of concentration. Ideally, you should find something that is a two-player, but something you can switch back and forth playing would also be acceptable if you can both keep the conversation going while playing. This is where something like Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon would be great. Khat loves Animal Crossing, by the way. The game shouldn't be forced to carry the weight of entertaining the stream. That is what you and Khat are there to do. So many truths to this. My god, this guy gets it. And we have this from David Davidson. Gigantic rant about why they can't do co-op like co-op. And Phil is placing the blame on Khat instead of himself for all of it. He is saying that people are expecting her to be able to just be on. It wasn't her that was at fault. It was you. You forced her to be there. You berated her on how to answer questions when she first came back on camera. You made the setup awkward. You decided to make her play a game for you while you sat in the background. It isn't Khat's problem. That's right, dude. She did everything correct. She did nothing wrong, dude. Yeah, but this is a thing with DSP. He did it with Leanna. He did it with Rambo and even Howard. He sees people as props, as a way to make himself look better, which he can never do because he's DSP. But he doesn't see the human emotion of things. He doesn't see the human interaction. He just sees money, money, money. How much money can these people make me? And then Phil went on about what games him and Khat could play. They're still looking for it, but it has to be the perfect game. So we have Poem's Future here. Phil needs a perfect game for himself and his wife to play, or she can't come back because it will be bad if they don't do that. That's right, he has to find the perfect game, otherwise his wife cannot be on his stream or in his videos. Yeah, you're definitely not using her as a prop, Phil. Philip, you said Like a Dragon was the game. That's why you brought her back to begin with. It was still bad. Yeah, and remember too, before she even came back physically on camera, DSP made a playlist, Burnell Game Night. You had this all planned out. You were gonna have her in more videos, but it bombed because she has nothing to say. She hates you, by the way, too. And Jasper agrees with me. And then Poem's Future has a suggestion of how to use Khat in the streams. Just have Khat back on as a little ghoul in the corner who shouts out who needs to be banned. Forget the games. At least having a toad in the corner croaking about bad people is entertaining. And we have the model gamer at the bottom. She could be his corner demon when he's playing that one new game with the girl that's wearing very revealing clothing. That she will smash his console because how dare he look at another woman. And you can tell DSP does not want Khat to look at the chat. She doesn't want to see anyone talking about her. He doesn't want her anywhere near that because she'll break down just like she did on the Halloween stream. And she'll be gone for another like 4 years. But you know, it's Tevin's fault. I have this from Poems. Khat needs hours of looking at it, the chat that is, to get used to chat being up while they stream together. Why is she on streams again? We have Raw Bennett, she's dumb and reads too slowly. Then we have Keanu Peeves. No, fuck you. You just don't want her streaming before someone spills the beans on what you really spend money on, lol. And then he went on a huge rant about Khat is my wife. She is not a paid employee. She is not a professional YouTuber. She doesn't know how to do this because his chat was going in on him. David Davidson. The Khat co-op streams aren't supposed to be professional streams, so stop holding them to that standard. It's your job, Phil, to make your streams professional. They still aren't. Khat does not want to go on streams if you tell Phil that co-op streams should be actual co-op. And when you provide feedback on how it could be improved, she wants to dip. I thought we were accepting feedback. Alright, this is to get ahead of the documentary you cancelled. And we have the wisdom of Poem Future. It's obvious what Phil wants his wife to be. He wants to be able to trot her out whenever he needs to press a panic button, but the streams she has been on are so awkward and so bad. He's now realizing that's not going to be how it works for him. So... And then people are asking specific games that Khat and DSP could play together because they want to see them together. You know, Jade and Slayer and DERICH. Stay away, DERICH. David Davison with, Khat and Phil can't play co-op games like It Takes Two because it would be fake and they would have to play characters. Actual loveless marriage. You can't chat up with your wife while playing a video game together. Yeah, nobody's asked you to be a character here, Phil. If you can't sit down and play a game and have a conversation with your wife, that is extremely pathetic. And then he went on saying that his audience is demanding things of him and his wife, and they're entitled, and just went on a huge rant about them expecting more than what they actually should. We have this here. Your audience isn't being demanding of your wife, Phil. You put her on. You asked them to submit games they could play with her. You sold them the idea of the Burnell Family Game Night being a recurring segment. You involved them.
Want to be ultra demanding about every fucking part of everything that we do. That's ridiculous. And you know, it's never going to be like that. Just to be straight with you, no, we're probably never going to get to a level where she's going to come on stream and it's going to be like ultimate production value. She's super comfortable looking at the chat. How? She'd have to be here every day just like me to get to this level. Not everyone can even just look at the camera and talk naturally. You know what I mean? So it's time to wake up. Either you have her in content or you don't. But the moment that you get over demanding is the moment that she doesn't want to do it because it's too much of a hassle. It's too frustrating. If so many people are upset at it, then why do it? Right? Just chill the fuck out. I mean, that's really the best advice right now. Just chill the fuck out. Stop being so high-strung and uptight and demanding of everything in life. Just chill the fuck out. And everything will be better. I promise you. As I've gotten older now, and I've learned to lean back and more relaxed and say, you know what? You can't control everything. Not everything's perfect. Just chill out a bit. Life is better in that way, man. But when you're just uptight about everything, it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. For a second, just sit back and relax and stop being so demanding and so ridiculous.
I love how Phil says he's laid back, he's relaxed, he's matured as he got older. I believe a couple weeks ago, he called King Be Cool, King Be Bitch, and then demanded people's address so you can send him a spoon to eat shit out of your ass. But yeah, you're relaxed, Phil. Definitely relaxed. We have Bieber Sucks. DSP is covering for the fact that Khat clearly has learning disabilities when making read and chat a huge obstacle to co-op streaming. His anger is giving it away. And then he got other suggestions in the suggestion box and just started shitting all over everyone and treating them in a very toxic way.
Is Khat and what she brings that is different from a normal stream. If she's going to play the game and focus on progress, there's no use in her being there. If she's going to say nothing or be in a bad mood, there's no use in her being there. I understand you want her to be actively interested in playing the game, but she shouldn't be so interested in it. She's not participating in the social part of the stream. My suggestion is to change your mindset about what a co-op stream with her should look like. Instead of looking for a game that you're both super interested in, look for something that is light and fun to play that will spur conversation between you two and should not require a lot of concentration. Ideally, you should find something that is two-player, but something that you can switch back and forth playing, but also acceptable if you can keep the conversation going while playing, because there's something like Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon that would be great. The game shouldn't be forced to carry the weight of entertaining the stream. That is what you and Khat are there to do.
So then we have this from Darkside Honkin. Holy Moses, Phil considered a couple of suggestions and then wrote a manifesto for everything else. So someone wrote down these suggestions and Phil's responses here. Lower frequency of stream ads, which we will get to. No, it's YouTube's fault, nothing I can do. I need them for money. I'm bleeding analogy. Just get premium, necessary evil. Take 2 days off a week for mental health. No, money issue, I'm bleeding. Remove the guitar pre-intro. Kills momentum, especially on VODs. I'll remove it on VODs, but it's important to alert stream viewers. Also remove the long version of the intro. No, sometimes I don't have a cold open and need to fill time. Offers variety. Make an intro a highlight reel. No, lack of time and equipment, too busy. Free labor request. Press pause recording button if you need to leave the chair. Wow, I never knew, dude. We'll consider on-the-fly test with cloud mode. Move Q&A from pre-stream to in-between recordings so people can chat about the game. No, I have an actual podcast. It's more streamlined this way. We can totally chat during the game. Sometimes I do Q&A after gameplay. Can't do Q&A during gameplay. Phil, for fuck's sakes, do you hear yourself? Khat streams suck because she did all the work. Don't filter questions for her. No reason being there if she's disinterested or feeling bad. Play actual co-op. Wrong! Khat is my wife, not employee. She doesn't want to read chat. She's not a pro streamer, dudes. Shout out to Rambo. Be thankful she showed up at all. Stop being demanding with standards and expectations. She's a noob, so you should accept whatever slop is produced. And we have JG Win here. Suggestion box is the best segment outside the fighting game streams. I've never seen someone do so many mental gymnastics in my life. DSP would have made an excellent politician in another life. Oh, just wait till DS politics. That's gonna be something. And then he started talking about ads, because someone asked him to turn down the frequency of the ads. And he said, I can't do that, YouTube doesn't allow me. Then he slipped that he went from conservative to aggressive, which more ads, because people were complaining about getting ads every 6 minutes. Now, he also said he can't control that, not his fault, it's YouTube's fault. I have a video on this channel that proves him wrong, that he's a liar. I'll have a link to the video in the description, so if you want to go watch that and see how he is proven wrong. He then went on to talk about the Argentina members and how they ruined his business. So I put this out here. DSP says he's hurting bad for money right now because of the memberships. He needs a surge from the new releases. Yeah, he was saying he needs it. He has to have this surge. So if they fail, oh my god, the meltdown that's going to happen. He said he can't afford to turn down ads. He said it was a necessary evil, remember. He said, well, you might get ads every 6 minutes, but it's a necessary evil for me to pay my bills and get money. And then we have bottom. He also said he's not affected by it multiple times, so not sure which it is. Also, his real issue is OIC doesn't whale out gifted bombs anymore. Nobody is stopping him from giving out hundreds of meaningless memberships that will never get renewed like they used to. Now, the only reason OIC doesn't member bomb anymore is because he doesn't get attention for it. He doesn't see the pop-ups, he doesn't get thanked for it. So OIC is an attention whore. And we have this. DSP finally admitted he has turned the ad frequency up. He's been denying this for a month. He's even gone as far as saying, it's not me, it's YouTube. If you have a problem with it, talk to YouTube, not me. It's not me who's doing it. Then we have Maya's Bay. The best part of that nonsense was him blaming the dents. You told me you wanted ads. Yeah, then right after that, he started shilling YouTube Premium. So DSP, let me get this straight. You want them to get YouTube Premium and a DSP Gaming membership. Yeah, that's not pricey at all, is it, Phil? Of course, I'm being sarcastic. Then in one of the biggest lies in here, he talks about how the fans, the viewers, wanted ads on the video. They wanted to support him that way. So we have Mirrored Entity. Man. And here we are, the very next day, having to address the fact because he put it on a customized setting, he is bombarding his chat with ads and they are getting annoyed by it. You know this is all your fault, right, Phil? You can't blame chat on this one.
And then you guys said, no, we want to help support you, especially with these issues going on. Please run ads. So I started running them. You know what I'm saying? And now you guys are saying, well, there's too many ads. Well, it's like, well, I could turn it off, but then it's going to hurt the channel. Already I'm hurting. You have to understand something. I'm hurting bad right now. I don't talk about it that often, but because those gifted memberships screwed the whole channel up, I haven't gotten them back. So we're talking, I lost a ton of revenue that I'm not regaining. And the fact that right now we're in RPG stagnation mode is just making things worse. You know, it would be great if I could see a resurgence with Battlefront, with Rise of the Ronin, and maybe with another game by the end of the month. But there's no guarantees that's going to happen. If I stay at the level I'm at right now, I'm already bleeding and in pain. And it's like, well, now you guys are annoyed by ads. So now just punch the wound some more. It ain't going to make things better. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to make things even worse. So I understand what you're saying, Tubs. I wish I could control it. Trust me, if I could manually stop certain ads, I would, but it seems like that doesn't even work properly.
And it's funny too because Tubs, the person he was referred to, is the one that suggested he turned down the ads. And he started this segment off with, yeah, this is a guy I banned yesterday, but I unbanned him again after he sent me an email. And then his reason for banning him? Because he said something wrong last night. It wasn't offensive, but it was just wrong. So I'm guessing he just said, oh, this game is boring, can you play something else? And Phil banned him. David Davidson. Phil is still feigning ignorance on ads running to frequency on his channel, saying that people told him to run ads, so that's why he's running ads to begin with. Also ignoring that he increased the ad frequency, and no, he cannot turn off ads because his income is down. He is shilling YouTube Premium as the workaround for this instead of lowering the frequency of ads. he could recommend ad blocker, but we know how he feels about that. Yeah, he went on to say that the lowest setting only does one ad every 30 minutes. And he said he needs that money, he needs to run more ads. So he's purposely running an ad every 6 minutes. And if you watch my video on the channel, it'll show you that you can set it to 6 minutes at a time. And then the chat started turning on him, and Phil just went on a gigantic rant, and he accused everyone of being socks, and oh my god, it was so crazy. Now he's banning people for disagreeing with him and calling everyone a sock account, and it's all one person. Schizo moment. I like Janny at the bottom. The Phil Burnell TV series will definitely end with a psychotic break. And then someone suggested he do less Q&A. And in response, DSP says he doesn't do Q&A every day. And then we have Gout who tracks everything, yet he starts shoutouts and Q&A 40 to 45 minutes left in the podcast. And then we also have another one here. He also tries to simultaneously paywall Q&A on the React channel behind a higher tier membership, and paywall a private Q&A session on Patreon behind a $50 membership. If you wait, you can ask him anything for free during Like a Dragon laughing my ass off. And then DSP went to explain why he does Q&A every day, even though he says he doesn't do Q&A every day. Phil has to do Q&A before starting gameplay because that's what other streamers do. I thought we weren't doing what other streamers do and we do our own thing. Hell, you had a whole show you paywalled questions on to make more money on. We have Krogan. Last time I checked, a lot of them don't have close to an hour of bitching about their life. We have this one from Duty. Phil claimed victory over the Argentina gifted memberships. You won't be getting a free one, so pay up.
Because people say, I don't understand, Phil does these Baldur's Gate streams, and he always gets a lot of tips, so doesn't that mean everything's going well? The reason that I'm really hurting right now is the YouTube side of stuff. I'm getting little to no new memberships. I'm getting little gifted memberships. And a lot of people who used to renew their memberships stopped because they think, oh, I'm just going to get a free one, which actually isn't happening anymore. But they think they're going to get it now because they've been conditioned to think that because they had 2 months of free memberships. This is the problem. Like, I used to have this consistent YouTube side support along with tips. Now it's like, I'm just getting tips. The YouTube support is literally on a downward slope like this. And there's not much I can do about that. I can't make people contribute via that way. It sucks. But that's what I mean, because people are not understanding. They're like, I don't get it. Every day I look at your tips goal, you're doing good and stuff. It's like, yeah, but was one aspect of what I was doing. And that was great. It's great when I get a bunch of tips. It helps. But the whole YouTube support thing is almost going away. And that sucks. And I don't know how to fix that because I'm not the one that caused it to dip. It was troll activity. You know, we were actually really good with that. And then all of a sudden it just gets taken away. And it's like, so that's what I mean when I say stuff like, oh, stuff is tight. It's not good right now. That's what I mean. It's the YouTube side stuff has basically gone away. And I don't know what to do to get it back because I'm doing the same stuff. You guys are telling me you like what I'm doing. You know, I'm working my butt off. And I am going to be playing a variety of games. The one feedback I'm getting, get rid of all these RPGs. That's exactly what I'm doing. We're going to have variety sooner rather than later.
Phil, the entire time there was gifted memberships, everyone waited to get a free one because they knew OIC, NDO, Haseo, they would all gift memberships. You're just oblivious to everything, Phil. One interesting thing that's sus as fuck right now is 1 Minute Man and the way he's been given tips. So as you know, this year he's been very talkative, giving game advice to Phil, which sounds exactly like Game Tracker. But now he's no longer doing a $20 or $25 tip. He is now doing $5 and $10 tips that add up to about $25 or $30. I believe is because Phil doesn't want to see 1 Minute Man as the top tipper, because it makes him look exposed. That 1 Minute Man is the majority of his income right now. Phil, you can hide it all you want. We know every single stream there's gonna be a 1 Minute Man, $20, $25 at least in your pocket. So we have in another place. So 1 Minute Man tips are now coming in as 3 parts. Does that mean whoever does it forms the donation has split? Or is it trying to take attention away from Whale by hopefully removing its name as top tipper every day? What I believe happened is sometime last year, whenever 1 Minute Man became very chatty, I think Planet Jeff or whoever was 1 Minute Man stopped tipping. Game Tracker took this opportunity to come back under the 1 Minute Man persona and became 1 Minute Man in name, but did his Game Trekker tips. And one of the dumbest things Phil said today, he said his streams are non-stop with no breaks. Because he was talking about how on Twitch and YouTube, he would take like a 30-minute break for a lunch or whatever, come back, and his audience would be gone. Then he said he stopped doing that, and he did all gameplay, all stream, never took breaks. But Phil, let's see, when you have to close the window, the landscapers come by, or, you know, oh, I gotta use the washroom, or, you know, I'm gonna stretch my legs, see what Jasper and Khat are up to. Of course you don't take breaks, right, Phil? We have this from Rent and Liar. Sheesh, man, Phil is 41, living day to day off reliable tips, zero savings, already filed for bankruptcy, and has terrible credit. This last saga of his career will be brutal. It's gonna be some real desperation. I expect Khat to skedaddle the fuck out of there as soon as there is not enough for daily DoorDash. So we have this from Gout, who breaks down the amount of time Phil spends on certain subjects every pre-stream. So we have this for March 13th, 24 minutes to set up, 2 minutes for the intro, which is 2% of the entire pre-stream, 6 minutes for the daily rap recap, 6 minutes for a schedule, and then he has 74 minutes, which is 76% of the pre-stream, DSP business / bagging and shoutouts, suggestion box, too many RPGs, mic filters, rant about co-op suggestion. That was 74 minutes in one pre-stream. 6 minutes of Q&A / wasting time, and 3 minutes on DSP news. Look at that orange on that chart right there. Looks like an orange Pac-Man just eating it up. And that was a hell of a pre-stream. If you guys like that, click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. I love each and every one of you. Peace and love.